Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we're going to be ranking the best power forwards in NBA 2K23 MyTEAM here on a tier list. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 9,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day and would really appreciate it if you do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. Let's start off with Alonzo Mourning, who's going to come in for me at the B tier. I think he's one of the best trophy case pink diamonds that we have gotten. He doesn't have a great release, but he's got 85 speed. He's a guy who can defend at a very high level. He's got good size at power forward at 6'10 or 6'11, so he is a very, very good power forward, a guy who can shoot, he can handle the ball. I mean, he's not going to handle the ball much, but with his speed, he can at least take a guy off the dribble. A slower defender. He's got, like I said, mediocre shooting ability, mediocre playmaking ability, but the ability to defend at a very, very high level. Great size at the power forward position, one of the better two big power forwards that you can use right now in my team. Anthony Davis is still going to go S tier for me. I do think he's a top 5 power forward in the game. We got a lot of good power forwards, but I think Anthony Davis is one of the best. Pretty solid release. It's not quite as good as 80's release has been in previous years, but he's one of the best playmakers on this list. He's got the normal fade, can shoot the ball at a very high level, can get every badge, obviously, and every badge upgraded. Anthony Davis is an absolute beast and one of the best power forwards in my team on both ends of the court. Blake's going to go D tier. He doesn't play a lot of defense. He's not a great dribbler. He's not incredibly fast at this point in the power forward position. Obviously a great slasher, but he doesn't do anything else at a super duper high level. Can shoot open, but not a particularly good defender, like I said. Just doesn't do enough for me on the court at this point to be higher than D tier at the power forward position. Another guy who I think unfortunately has to go D tier because I think he's one of the 4 worst power forwards on this list is going to be Chris Bosh. He's just not that great, to be completely honest. Amazing release, but he's slow and not an elite defender. Doesn't really create much on the offensive end of the court. Doesn't have ridiculously great size. Not an elite masher. He's just a guy with incredible size, or with capable size, but an incredible release at the power forward position. Outside of his release, there's nothing else about the card that is super duper elite, and for that reason, I just don't think I can put him higher than D tier. DeMarcus Cousins is somewhere in the A or B tier. I'm honestly not sure which. I think I'm going to go A tier for him. I think he's a better version of Alonzo Mourning, another guy who's got a decent release, but he's a capable, pretty decent defender. He actually moves better than most of the power forwards in the game right now, so that's actually pretty nice as well, because I believe he has the MJ dribble style. Yes, he does, which is actually really nice. He's got some decent sigs. 83 speed and excel, half bully, half masher, half catch and shoot, half brick wall, goal anchor. Decent defender, not next level, but like I said, pretty good speed, decent release, moves pretty well for a power forward. Great size for power forward as well. I think he deserves an A tier spot. And another guy I'm going to put in A tier is Dwight Howard. I don't think he's quite a top 4 power forward in the game, although I think you could make an argument that he's right up there. So for me, I still think you got to put him A tier. He's a guy with a decent release, elite defensive ability across the board, great athletic ability, very quick, amazing dunker, really good rebounder as well, another amazing top double big, but I just don't think I can put him higher than A tier, unfortunately, still, despite how good of a card he really is. Evan Mobley is going to have to go top of... Is Evan Mobley better than DeMarcus Cousins? That's actually a question that I'm not entirely sure the answer to. So let's compare these two guys quickly, because Evan Mobley, he's what, 90 and 84 3 ball. He's got 85 speed. He's a really good defender, decent rebounder still. Also has really good size. I think he's 7 foot as well. So he's got great size. He can shoot the ball decently. He's a better interior defender with half anchor, half rebound chaser. And I think I prefer his release to DeMarcus as well. So I'm going to swap these two guys. I'm going to put Evan Mobley in A tier. I'm going to move DeMarcus Cousins down to the B tier for now. I think that's fair. Really like this Evan Mobley as a budget monster. Really good option at the power forward position. Guys like Evan Mobley are the types of cards you want to add to your team each year. Especially if you're a budget player, and I think he is an A tier guy. Giannis is going to go S tier. I really do think Giannis is still one of the best power forwards and one of the best cards in my team. Release is pretty mediocre, but everything else is incredible. His size, his player build, his defensive animations, his slashing animations, the fact that he can handle the ball as well with the MJ dribble style, half quick first step, half clamp breaker. He's one of the most versatile and elite power forwards in the game, and he can hit shots wide open as well, which makes him super valuable to me and puts him as an S tier power forward. Gonna put James Worthy in the B tier. Actually, I think I gotta put him in C tier. I'll put him in the B tier for now. We'll see. We may have to move him down. I'm not totally sure. 6'9" isn't elite size at power forward anymore. He's got a really good release. He's a capable defender, but not next level. Not a great shot creator, but a very good card still. And I do think he does deserve a spot relatively high on the list. Jonathan Isaac, I think if wherever I put Evan Mobley, I got to put Jonathan Isaac as well. Amazing release, really good defender. He is 6'11", or maybe he's only 6'10", but he's just a really good defensive card all the way around. Yeah, 6'11", so he's got that similar Giannis type height. really elite defender, great speed, good shooter. He's just a really, really good card. Does not move well, but I like Jonathan Isaac a lot, and I really do think he's still one of the top power forwards. Gonna put Josh Smith in D tier. He's only 6'9", has a very bad release. He's one of the worst power forwards on this list, despite being an elite athlete and very athletic. Just doesn't do enough for you to be higher than that at this point. KD is actually going to go C tier. I do think KD is honestly somewhat noticeably better than the other pink diamond KD. He's got a higher strength rating. He's better interior defender. He's a really, really good shooter with great shooting badges, but unfortunately his release is not super great, and he does have gold anchor, but he still is a little bit undersized with kind of a weak player build, I feel like, at the power forward position. But KD is still a good card, and honestly I'm going to move James Worthy down as well because I think they're on the same level, both of these guys. I like my double bigs at power forward, and neither of those guys allow me to really do that. KG is good as well, but again, I just don't think he's to the level of any of the guys that I have in B tier or higher. Mediocre release, good defender, but not next level. Good size, but not next level. Good athleticism, but not next level. Can't create his own shot. He's just not next level great at power forward. Larry Bird, I know he's a dark matter, and he's one of only 2 dark matters on this list, but I can't put him higher than B tier. I just don't think I can do it. He's only 6'9". He's got very good defensive stats and badges. Obviously, all of his badges can be touched and upgraded or whatever you want to do with those, as well as a trophy case player. But like I said, pretty undersized. He does not create the ball as well as you would like him to be able to do so, and his release is also pretty mediocre this year. So again, he's going to go B tier. Laura Markkanen's going C tier for me. Really good shooter. He's 7 foot, but he is a little bit slow and not an elite defender. Still a great budget card, but he's not to the level of guys like Evan Mobley and Jonathan Isaac as budget cards. So I think C tier is fair for him. Braun's going to go B tier because Braun is one of the few guys at that 6'8", 6'9" height who can compete on the interior to super high level. He's got an amazing player build. Really, really good release as well this year, which is super nice. A super nice upgrade that he's gotten this year that he didn't have in the past. So I think, again, it's fair to put Braun in B tier, and I really like him a lot at either small forward or power forward. Definitely a big fan of the card. Thurl Bailey's actually going to go S tier for me. I think Thurl Bailey is as good as any power forward in the game. He's got elite size and elite release, plays very similarly to Giannis. Not quite as good of a defender or a slasher, but close, and a much better shooter. I think he gives you a lot of what Giannis gives you with better shot creation abilities. I think you can make the argument that he is the best power forward in the game. Now, am I going to make that argument? No, but I think you could make that argument, and I think he does deserve an S tier spot, as does Tim Duncan. Obviously, elite size, probably the best interior defender, if not right at the top on the list. He's got an improved release this year. Good athleticism, power forward. Obviously, incredible badges with 20 Hall of Fame badges. Really love what Timmy D can give you at the power forward position in terms of size, defense, shot making ability, athletic ability. A lot of good things to like about Tim. And then another S tier guy is going to be Tim Thomas. I think I got to have 5 S tier guys in this list. All 5 of these guys I still think are elite level cards. Still think Tim Thomas is the best card in the game. He's 6'10", can move incredibly well, amazing release, really good perimeter and interior defender as well. He's just so versatile and so good. You just can't not have Tim Thomas at the S tier. In any position he is eligible to play. And then finally, Zion's going to go D tier, one of, if not the worst power forwards on this list. Very mediocre release, very undersized. As good of a slasher as he is, he's honestly a worse Josh Smith, and I just don't think you can put him anywhere close to higher than the D tier. So this is my ranking right now of the best power forwards in my team. I know it's a little bit lopsided with only 3 in A and 5 in S tier, but I think that's probably the fairest way to do it, especially since I think all 5 of those guys are deserving of S tier spots. But yeah, let me know what y'all think of my tier list down in the comment section down below, what you might change, and what you also ask if there's any players you'd like to know what I think about at the power forward position or where they'd slot in. Guys who aren't on this list, let me know about that in the comment section down below as well. But that is going to do it for the video. If you did enjoy, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.